everyone, and welcome to the Lightbringers podcast, season 2, episode 40 something or other. People are looking at me in strange ways. Just normally. Welcome to the Lightbringers podcast, a Guild Wars 2 podcast here on twitch.tv/JebroUni every week about 1 p.m. Pacific-ish, which is normally between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. some point in time, depending on how long I take to start. And whether or not we're doing fashion wars in the game and talking about the game because we're playing it. That's what happens when we're all playing the game. Because today we're playing the game, if you didn't know, because I said it about 7 times. And we're going to be playing through this story. But the thing is the Guild Wars 2 story actually has some other parts to it as well. It has a dungeon, a sequence of dungeons throughout the game from 1 to 8, where you play through them and you play kind of a separate storyline around Destiny's Edge and whatnot, as well as some more smaller storylines within that, some side stories and whatnot. So we thought today we'd mix it up a little bit. Rather than just doing story instances, we would do a dungeon. And we have a dungeon with us being between level 31 and 44, because Fornax is a cheater.
Correct, yes.
But it's okay, because there's 4 of us, so that's why they cheated. That's the
and my
reason.
character doesn't have gloves, so that's also putting us at another.
Oh, your character doesn't have gloves. Oh, okay.
No,
I don't.
oh
God.
Mine's missing them too, so you're good, Kroof. Don't worry.
Oh, I don't have a back piece. I mean, I don't have a back piece or an amulet, if that helps.
I mean, if we're relying on me carrying us through this dungeon, I go doom.
It's all on you. It's all on you.
You are the
God.
carrier of the world. But yeah, we're going to be doing that very shortly. Whilst Fornax panics about that in the background, we will do a little bit of an intro. Kroof, tell us what you do, where you do it.
Hi everyone.
And welcome.
I'm Kroof.
Hey,
I do a bunch of videos over on YouTube. I'm currently editing a video of Super Adventure Box, which
Ooh.
is a very strange video. There's a stretch of like 4 minutes where my friend and I are just wheezing. It's been one of the most entertaining videos to edit. I also stream here on Twitch every weekend or so. And thank you so much for being here. Also want to shout out Happy Trans Day of Visibility.
Yes.
Trans Day of Visibility, everyone. And thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you for that, Kroof, as well. Yes, please. All our friends, all our trans friends specifically today, thank you for being in our spaces, because we appreciate you, and just for being who you are. Thank you for that mention as well, Kroof. Awesomeness. And welcome back. Rookery, hello. Tell us what you do, what you do. Hello.
Yes, hi. I'm very glad to be back again. I stream over on Twitch at Rookery. That's ROOKURI. I also do videos on YouTube, which is the same. It's also Rookery. And then you can keep up with me on social media at Rookery_ on Twitter. And yeah, I have nothing else witty to add today. That's it. That's where you can find me.
Okay.
The end.
Excellent.
Happy Trans Day of Visibility.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us as well. Fornax, tell us what you do, where you do it.
Hey. I'm Fornax, the Crichton Herald. I make Guild Wars 2 content over on YouTube. And occasionally I actually can really officially say that I stream, but with the assistance of the wonderful woman sat across from me here, the Rookery, because I'm incompetent. But yes, that's me. And happy Trans Day. My goodness, we need more Trans Day. Every day should be Trans Day. We love you guys. Right. Yes. Anyway, there you go.
Great.
Yes, they did an awesome stream yesterday on the Guild Wars 2 official channel as well. So make sure you can check out the VOD, twitch.tv/Guild Wars 2. People, I'm excited for this. I've been excited for this all day as well. Boots is not with us. I think they are adventuring somewhere interior, not sure where. They're doing a video series as well, so I'll sell Boots very, very quickly. Twitch.tv/Boots. Is it underscore or not? I can't remember.
I feel like
There's
there's
two
It's
teams.
World of Enders. Yeah.
World of
Is it
Enders.
World of Enders?
World
I
of
thought
Enders.
Boots was
Yeah,
a stream
it's
though.
World of Enders.
on
YouTube is World of
World
Enders.
On YouTube.
On Twitch
yeah.
is Boots, I'm pretty sure. And
Yeah.
maybe underscore.
Might be one in there. Try both ways and see if it takes you to Boots' channel.
not people that have the company name and then the individual name. Fornax.
This is
I mean, it's confusing. I don't know.
Look, this channel was not set up for business, so as you can probably tell quite badly.
Oh, do you
Shit.
mean mine, or do you mean like?
No, mine. Mine was literally role-playing
could get,
newspaper
like-
interior. So Jesus Lord and help me. Yeah.
You could get like Adam and Eve sponsorships.
What is
I
that?
don't know what that is.
What?
Oh, for like business?
What? No. What?
I
It's
don't
an
know.
adult. It's an adult store with.
Okay, we're already going there today.
Oh,
I thought that's
Did
what
not
you
take
meant by
us
like
up.
my channel's not set up for business.
I just.
And then you went to
I see
adults.
now.
That's not helping. I'm still confused. What you think I have to offer in that department? I'm like, it's like a desert down there. It's like a barren oasis.
Wait. Crown Herald, please.
Tumbleweed.
Please
What?
calm
Sorry,
down.
no, sorry.
Calm down. Okay. Hey, has no one been offered this as well? I've had that offer, the adult toy. Okay. No, maybe
Oh,
not.
yeah,
Maybe.
100%.
Okay, good.
It's just it's the baldness. It's the baldness that's attracting them. You just
What, the
overpowering.
companies?
You need to put a hat on
Deborah,
that.
you gotta stop wearing unicorn horns on stream so much because like we were
Oh my
talking about
God.
before stream even began. It's very phallic, so all those companies are gonna just go straight
I
to
told
you
you.
for the sponsorship.
That's
so.
really Geek's fault, not mine. They bought that for me. Therefore, one of our mods in the channel, please. Also, we will
Someone
potentially.
time me out.
Oh no! What did you do? What did you do? Oh, just for the conversation of this
Proof
conversation.
existed, so it's time to be timed out now. That's what happened.
Fair enough. What we will say as well is that there might be a bit of a cheeky giveaway going on for community chests, thanks to Crown Herald. I think Crown Herald and Rookery, because their stream yesterday and they forgot to do them or something. I don't know.
No,
Next
she
just
was
like, "Give them
competent.
away."
I just didn't give mine away. That's correct. So it's thanks to
Oh, okay.
ArenaNet. Thanks to my incompetence, you now have just happy chesticles. Yeah.
Let me jump in here. They told you you could do anything you wanted with those community chests, and this is what you do it. We gave some away on the stream yesterday, but I'm actually really excited because yesterday, like Fornex mentioned, it was so fun. Thanks for joining me again. We did a lore tour of the Plains of Ashford over on the Guild Wars 2 channel. So if you're curious about that and like all the lore that contributes to this dungeon that we're about to do today, this was actually so perfect. We didn't even plan it. It was so perfect because we came to this point in the story with the Lightbringers, and yesterday we did this big lore tour, and we ran out of time at the end because the zone is so big. So we didn't even get to actually touch on Ascolonian Catacombs. So this is kind of the part 2 of that, where we'll get to see that story, which I'm excited about.
Did you do like Martyr's Woods and all of the old Duke's Estate or anything like that? Or was it like the east side?
We did Baradin. We went around. We saw the little cobstacles doing their tour around the.
Oh, yeah.
That's really sweet. I mean, the thing is that we just talked and talked and talked, and I talked and talked and talked, and she has a much greater appreciation for you trying to wrangle us off topics now. Is that not true? Yes.
I mean, it's true. I feel like we stayed pretty good. We did the whole western half of the map for the most part. And did get to Ascalon City and all the history and lore and Guild Wars 1 stuff and everything with that. And I felt like we pretty much stayed decently on topic. It's just that there's so much in this game. I mean, it's unbelievable to me. I thought that I already knew a lot of things, and then we're on Lightbringers like last week, and Fornax is talking about Kala and, you know, her spirit and the rebellions against the Flame Legion, and I'm reminded of this whole subsect of lore I had completely forgotten even existed. And then I'm going around the zone, and there's just so much that they packed in here with references to Guild Wars 1, with the complex like political and warfaring histories of all the different races. I genuinely had so much fun going around and exploring all of this, because you think you know like the surface level of what's happening, but let me tell you, go on a wiki deep dive, read the supplemental
absolutely.
novels, do the dungeons, do all the stuff, wander around and look for events, because the lore and story is like 50 layers deep in this game, and you can just keep going and keep going, and it was so much fun. I had so much fun. And Fornex, I loved hearing you talk, because Fornex knows everything about lore. It's wild to me. I'm just like, Fornex, go, and Fornex is like, all right, here we go. And it's like 40
Let me
minutes
pull
later, and I'm
something
like,
from my bottom. Give me a second. Yeah.
That's what you need
notes.
to do.
Hooray!
I'm glad for it. I'm glad for it. I'm gonna.
Honestly, I loved it. The best part of the stream for me was kind of trying to derail it by talking about Hadrian's Wall and Scottish people who painted themselves blue and ran into battle naked. That was my favorite part.
That's not derailing. I stand by discussing and talking about real world historical and cultural like inspirations in games because I think it deepens your appreciation of the artistry in them. So really genuinely all of this to say, we just got ourselves mega hyped about being here with all of you on the podcast today and doing the dungeon. It was so perfect.
Well, we're going to be doing all of them. What we're going to do is also, if we get time, which who knows, because we've not even started the dungeon yet, and we may disappear into Fashion Wars, which is the new content that came out as well. It's not available. It's not available for very long, I believe. I think it's April, like May. Is it?
I think it's till April 6th.
Yeah,
Oh,
something
really?
like that.
It's not permanent?
I know, right? That seems weird.
no.
I don't know why that's not a thing.
It could be like maybe like every other week type event. I
Maybe.
could see them
True.
reutilize this, just like testing the waters, because you gotta give people
be.
some break to accumulate the fashion, and
True.
gotta save up money.
Otherwise,
Fashion's
maybe-
expensive. What can I say?
Maybe you get too many rewards and you can farm it or something. Okay.
Sorry, I'm reading chat. Fighting naked blue men might be disconcerting. I mean, who wouldn't build a 400-mile wall if you saw a bunch of burly, Scots knackers out running towards you with swords? I mean, who wouldn't build a wall for
Burley,
that?
though, was it?
I don't think I would.
They were picks, so I don't know.
No, the wall.
P
Oh,
with
I
a-
thought you said the wall. I thought the wall
No.
wasn't very good.
The wall was huge. Have
Was
you
it?
never
It was
seen
massive.
Hadrian's Wall? You're
I've seen
softy
bits
southerner.
of it. I don't know
Jebro, you're
very good.
from Britain. You should.
I'm not
I
from
would
that
assume.
part. I've seen
okay.
parts of it.
It's literally in my county, and it was
Yeah.
like
She's from up
maybe
there.
like 10. I'm a northern woman.
I'm southern.
It's literally about 10
I'm
feet
southern.
tall in some places of the
Oh,
wall,
okay.
so
I
it's
need to go
fairly
look
like.
at it then. That's true.
Oh, it's yeah.
I love Burley
You want to-
walls, temporal and sunny.
You get your ass up to Hard Knots and Rhinos Pass as well. They've got some incredible like Roman architecture. Anyway, we're really fucking off topic now.
Do the
Sorry.
fashion show. New content in Guild Wars 2. Added it this week. Patch notes talked about it. People thought, oh, this is an April Fool's joke. Maybe it's part of the April Fool's thing, but it actually
not April
is a
Fool's yet,
really
though.
cool. I know, it's a really cool little mini game, and you can take your fashion wars over. It's in Lion's Arch, right? Or yes, yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
You can take your butt over there, get your look on, and then there's like an audience kind of applause system to determine who wins. Everybody gets a moment up on the stage. It's really cool. I honestly, I love how
gonna
they've
do it.
implemented it. It's awesome.
do it
And
later.
funnily enough, connecting back to what we've been doing on these streams, there are NPCs there, and one of the NPCs is Duchess Chrysanthia, the new Duchess of the Nightmare Court, which
oh, okay.
which I was like, whoa. What are you
Does she have
doing
any
here?
dialogue?
Excuse
Does she have any
No,
dialogue?
sadly they don't have any dialogue, but they are present amongst other notable NPCs. But it's
Well,
fun.
let's focus. Let's pull ourselves back to this. And thank you very much. That's actually a really good
Yes.
point. Yeah, I did notice that. So when we hit 30-ish, I think, I can't remember, we got mail. Not an email. Is an introduction. So this was the introduction to Destiny's Edge, which is what we're going to be doing, kind of, for today, as well as Ascolonian Catacombs in this region, of course. But I'm just going to read it. It says, "Greetings, we have not met, but I have long been a follower of your exploits. I am a collector of tales of great daring and heroism, and your name has come up increasingly in the stories that have been reported to me. I've spoken with your mentor, and suggestion was made that I contact you and add your stories to my collection. Your mentor was a member of an adventuring group known as Destiny's Edge. Ooh. They were legendary heroes, but the way they went their separate ways about 5 years ago, for reasons I have yet to discover. None have chosen to share that story with me. Oh dear. If you discover the nature of their separation, I would be most appreciative. Thank you for your help in this, and I will get in contact with you in the future, and I hope to keep you in touch with the whereabouts of your mentor and the other members of Destiny's Edge, and I can't read. Through this, I will remain your herald." Okay. So this is the intro.
My secret persona in game, the Herald.
Yes,
Clearly.
that's
Herald.
it. That's it.
Carry on.
So this is the intro to Destiny's Edge, and then we get a mail telling us to go to AC, which is Ascolonian Catacombs. And this is the first dungeon in Guild Wars 2. It is a fun one, especially in explorable mode, especially if you're starting the game. There's actually a fair few people here as well. I'm just going to quickly go through this. Your herald, the restless ghost of Ascolonian Catacombs. Hail, mighty hero. That's me, and all of you as well. Destiny's Edge was a guild of legend, and it saddens me to hear they no longer wish to be together. However, I have heard through my sources that Heir Stegalkin has made a beeline for the catacombs beneath old Ascalon. I don't know why she is going to that haunted ruin, as it is swamped with human ghosts, victims of the foe fire. More importantly, the catacombs and in the heart of... our catacombs are in the heart of Ashford, which is now Char territory, and Ritlock will not be happy with this particular Norn tromping through his territory. Thought you might be interested, your herald. So then we go show me, and then we go to the dungeon, and we're here. Now I don't have to read anymore, because I find it very difficult to read sometimes.
Can I give a tiny
Yeah,
lore
absolutely.
preamble as to, okay, great, I can just give it. Okay, great, perfect. You didn't even need to hear what I was going to give, and here it comes.
No, go. Give me the thing. Give us the
The
thing.
tiny little lore preamble here for the Ascolonian Catacombs is that they are, as you can all guess, an underground network of tunnels and crypts built over a gaping cavern that's connected to the underworld, which is kind of a realm in the mists that's home to Grenth, or was home to Grenth, and Raven from the Norn spirits. And all newly dead souls are like guided there and judged before being sent off to their kind of final destinations. So this whole like complex was thought to be kind of cut off after the searing and unable to be accessed. But it's part of humanity's kind of legacy in the region, and Heir, as we'll find out as we go through the story, has come down here for a very specific purpose. But actually, like the final chamber where we're going to have our big showdown with a certain spirit is actually like directly underneath the part of Ascalon City where you see that big pillar of light. So it's like over to the east a little, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And that pillar of light is where the faux fire happened. And it like goes all the way, it cuts all the way down from the top layers of the map down into the final chamber where the story mode will have our like final boss encounter. So I just thought that was cool. We can talk more about the actual lore of what happened and Adelburn and the faux fire when we get to that moment with the spirits. But
Did they explain the faux fire in here? They explain the faux fire in here?
I imagine they talk a little bit about it. I don't think they talk too much about it because Heir is mostly talking to Ritlock, from my remembrance, about the fact that she's come down here to try and reclaim this legendary sword that did start the faux fire. So I imagine they touch on it.
Okay.
I think we're going to get a cinematic. I think we're going to get the Adelburn cinematic.
I think so. I can't remember. It's been so long. Okay.
It has been a while.
What we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to show the cinematic. Do you want to add? Did anyone else want to add anything before we go in? Because we're going to get the cinematic and stuff.
We're good.
And I'm going to be listening. Everyone's going to be listening to that. Hopefully, we'll see. Enter story mode. Oh, exciting!
We'll see how it goes. We all have low-level-ish characters and early pseudo builds. So,
but you'll do.
Oh, I love the loading screen art on this. It's so.
I've got the
It's so
video. I've got the
chilling.
audio going. Sorry.
This place is history, and I don't want your ignorance getting us killed. This was originally Char land. The humans pushed us out and built Ascalon on top of it. Over 200 years ago, we took our land back. The human king Adelburn watched his soldiers panic as we breached the city gates. Facing certain defeat, the doomed king refused to surrender.
Retreat? Retreat is not an option!
Adelburn smashed his ancient blade Magder and cursed Ascalon.
You will not abandon me!
The blast incinerated the attacking legions and turned the defending humans into vengeful spirits.
We will never surrender! Never!
The ghost Catacombs see the living as invaders. They show no mercy and no weariness, only blind hatred. Battle burns, hatred, and now air's gone right into the dead king's lair. What a mess. We're going after her. She's causing trouble, and I don't want anyone dying because of her foolishness.
I think I forget about the story of this every single time. So
I
reason,
miss this art style.
yeah,
It's so good.
yeah. So my computer is, I run this on my SSD, so this video and stuff and the cutscenes might come quicker for me.
They do, for sure.
Yeah. So I just realized that. I just forgot about that, especially after a loading screen.
Also, I love how Ritlock just like conveniently leaves out. It's like, we took our land back from the humans that stole it from us, but like leaves out that they caused like a massive genocide using magic, using their own magic that drove the human kingdom to absolute desperation because so much of Ascalon was destroyed by the searing. You witnessed it in Guild Wars 1. It was this horrific event that like scarred the land, devastated all of the kingdom. And Ritlock is just like, yeah, you know, we took our land back and he was a sore loser about it. He was a little butthurt. So he did this really terrible thing, but we hadn't done anything bad before that. He just made everyone ghosts. Awful. Not like they were driven to the brink of despair by magical calamity.
I mean, they stole the land from the
Rick's
Grawl.
laughing about
They
it.
stole the land from the Grawl originally. Everybody is invaders here. There's no good guys.
There is
they're
no
all
good guys. That's
apps.
true. Especially
Yeah, and the
humans.
Grawl are just in their little tribes and in their pockets in the area, just like, what's up? We're gonna go raid a little village. We're gonna do a
Humans
dynamic
are
event.
Definitely not good. Okay, I'm going to talk to our good old Ritlock. Is this the first time we've seen him? Other than if you're a Char?
Yes.
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. These catacombs will tear you up. We need strength and numbers. Come back with more bodies for the mission.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I was like, what?
I was like, oh, we need 5.
The sooner we can quit this foul place.
So no, we're doing
Okay,
it.
so there's traps and stuff.
Yeah, there's traps and stuff.
Four-person things. Yeah, that's right. Remember, this is the easy part. We just search. Let's just search the graves. Silver.
yes.
Silvers.
So this is where we get introduced to some more challenging mobs. The elites. Guild Wars 2. There's rankings. It goes basic, veteran, elite, champion, legendary. In the more recent content, the higher you go in rank, the more abilities you will face against NPC enemies, which I find to be a very cool touch.
That's true, actually. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I guess take all that stuff for granted, right? More abilities and whatnot. Less. We've got. So at the moment as well, we've got. Crown Herald is playing a ranger. I'm playing a thief. Proof is playing a engineer, and Rook is playing a Revenant, who is going to be popping out some heals every so often.
I'm gonna be trying.
And so I think we've got Alacrity as well from Crown Herald here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's a little
yeah.
more challenging. The early dungeons, they, very much like raids, where this is your first dungeon, and the first raid was very challenging. I'd say this is a pretty challenging dungeon for 2012 era.
Yeah, it was. I'm getting it's quite challenging for now. Honestly. I'm getting a bit
Despite,
wrecked.
I mean, we're very low level and not fully geared, so there is that.
I'm loving it. I'm loving this.
Well, it is interesting though, because when you get this notification, right? I literally just got the notification when I leveled up today. So in natural gameplay, if I was playing through for the very first time, I would have this unlocked at this point. So this kind of level, I think, experience with it is much truer to what new players who are just unlocking this content are probably going to be encountering. So in those regards, I do think that a lot of people probably, one, will be a little bit confused when they get here because they don't really know that you have to like pre-form a party and then enter. And then two, might encounter some of this difficulty spike where they're like, what? What is this? What am I even doing? So I'm kind of glad that we're doing it lower level because I think it does give a different perspective if you technically do it within the actual flow of the narrative and what you unlock story-wise in the game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That was fun as well. Like, it was, especially in, like, this is where we're playing classes that aren't massively au fait to us as well, so this is good. This is good. I'm enjoying this.
I've never played a ranger. Never.
I've never really played a revenant, so this is all new for me at the very least.
Everything, but like I don't play it. Like FIFA is like one of my least played, so like for sure it's so I'm gonna stealth res. Oh, you attacked. Oh god, if you're a PvP I would have just been sad.
Oh my god, I leveled up. I forgot how quickly you level up now.
That makes a force to erupt from the tablet, knocking people down. Okay, all right, okay, I'm learning. I'm
You got
figuring
the
it out.
tabletness. That's
Oh
okay.
yes. So
Oh, no!
one of your abilities is a bubble, which is projectiles. One of your abilities is a spammable heal. I think it's called like natural. I forgot what it's called.
Confluence.
And then one of them is a Condi cleanse. So it's like
Yeah,
you got your
do the
whole
Condi.
entire
Yeah.
healing kit on your
Okay.
utility skills.
Protective barrier, that's what that is. Okay, yeah, I see. All right. Thank
So
you
this
for being
is-
my class guide crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
I'm running lots of stealth
Monks.
and fun stuff with mine. So I'm running like regen, and I've got a healing sword.
What?
Yeah, this was one of the rewards. So it's a minus sigil of water. So gain 30% increased chance to heal allies within a 180 radius around your target upon a critical hit as well. And I'm like, oh really? That's interesting. But yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, Spectre in training. That's kind of the idea, actually, honestly, for later. I was like, I kind of want to play Spectre again. Yes.
Mortar
There's
kit.
actually some secrets in here. Mortar kit's really, really good. You can go over 4 elixirs on everything else, and mortar kit's just solid. There is some tiles in here from one area. Oh, this is fun. I remember this really early on, playing this.
Oh shit.
Oh, bye-bye.
It's okay.
Oh shit.
Okay, hold up. I
Oh,
can't.
no. I got you.
F1 and oh my gosh. There's so many.
I got it.
There's some
Nice,
stability.
nice.
Stability. Whew.
Champion again.
I have to say, I do actually really like the design and the mentality of like having a dungeon experience that has a ton of stuff like this. Traps, hidden passages, multiple wings. I think all of that is really fun. And it's definitely more fun when you kind of like are going in with a group that doesn't know how to speedrun a lot of this, because I think that's the other big thing that a lot of new players end up experiencing is that I experienced it when I first started playing the game, that like I had a lot of veteran players that were excited to like take me through, but oftentimes I didn't even know where they were because they were like 5 chambers ahead of me. I had like no idea what was happening with traps or stuff like that, but it's actually really fun when you're going through it for the first time if you do have a group, because there's
for
so many
sure.
little interesting things to like surprise you or trip you up, or you know, it feels very exploratory, which I think is fun.
Where do we have to? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so you have to get the
pressure
boulder
plate.
and put it on the pressure plate. Yeah. So this was a big thing because no other MMOs really had this at the time either. So there wasn't really like a mechanic where you pick up an item and you throw it.
This is where your barrier is going to come in handy a lot.
Oh, this bit.
It reflects projectiles.
No, you gotta move it! You gotta move it! I got it! I fell down!
Okay, we got you.
Oh god
We
damn.
made it through.
Here we go, we made it.
It doesn't reflect
The barrier's here.
the fire though. That fire.
Okay, keep going.
It's fine.
I'm moving it. I'm moving it.
Rick, calm down.
You gotta keep up
You
or
are
you
moving.
die, Jebro.
Yeah, but you died and then we had to rescue. It's okay.
I
It's
often
okay.
forget how beautiful the Ventari animations are.
Yeah, it's
Just like so ethereal.
It's so lovely to look at. I went Ventari for
Do you
our
need some
Sylvari
breathing
theme.
right now? I just had like a big breathing presentation earlier. Like breathing through your nose is very, very beneficial. If you need anything right now, let's do this.
Breathing?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Breathing. Yeah, yeah. Did you know that deep breathing is actually not
Did you
massively
know?
helpful?
BuzzFeed top 10 facts.
Oh, no,
Breathing
no.
is important.
No, I actually learned a lot of stuff about breathing today. Some fun stuff. How like most people don't actually even breathe properly. And now if you're a mouth breather, it's really, really bad for you.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
Oh, yes. This isn't explorable, so there's no champion there.
Oh yeah, the spider. I was waiting for the spider to spawn.
Yeah, same.
Wonderful combination.
Yeah, when we first did this was, so don't forget that explorable modes for, if you're a player that's new to Guild Wars 2 and you've never done dungeons, this explorable modes of these dungeons were kind of part of the end game, where you would farm different types of gear. And you would just kind of go through this with your friends and like at the beginning, and I just remember it was actually kind of, it was fairly challenging, and especially explorable mode. And when people, they were like, maybe, the maximum amount of people you can get in a map outside at the waypoint, just waiting to get in. That's pretty damn awesome. Okay, we've got story bit.
No traps. Okay.
Okay.
I'm wait. I've got PTSD from this dungeon. I'm just waiting for all the
she hits
traps.
hard.
Don't talk to her yet. She's a champion. She does it hard.
She
Yeah.
is hard.
Also, Air is here. Look at her.
I like how we're all like
What?
killing the boss while someone is just talking about how lovely
I'm
Ares.
sorry, Jebro. There's a thing called multitasking. I was doing both.
Exactly.
I was excited
Hey,
that
now.
Air was here, and I was also helping out in this fight. So.
Look, I am.
Oh yeah, we do have stability. Rook is here.
This is true. Okay, story.
Ritlock, what are you doing here?
I came to stop you from inciting a full-scale ghost rampage. Why are you here?
I'm looking for King Adalbern's legendary weapon, the sword called Magdir.
Magdir. Magdir was destroyed when the Sorcerer King set off the foe fire.
I think it survived. I believe the sword will be found at the top of these stairs.
You are following a foolish human legend.
You of all people should know the power of legends. You bear Magdir's twin, Sohothan. It was Rurik's sword.
So hot then.
What if I do? Adalbern's sword
God.
is no
That was good.
more,
That was good.
just like his nation.
Then let us go up the stairs and see for ourselves.
So this is the first time we've seen Destiny's Edge kind of, or some ex-members, I guess, talking to each other, I guess, in the game. If you are fairly newbies. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. And the swords they're talking about, since it's been so fresh in our mind with like the lore and everything, there were these twin blades that were forged in ore in the time of the human gods. So when the human gods still were like a part of civilization and involved with everything before they kind of pieced out. And these two swords were affiliated with Balthazar, who I think primarily wielded Sohothan Fornax, but both of them are affiliated with him, right? I don't know if
He made both of them, and I think they were basically like gifts for the leaders. So if you're a leader of a nation of people, they were gifted to you. Yeah.
and they had this
before
like
before the
power.
Guild Wars. Yeah. Before
Yeah,
the Guild
yeah,
Wars
before
and
the
all
Guild
this
Wars.
separation. Yeah.
They had like the power of the gods kind of imbued in them. And so eventually those two swords, the twin blades that Balthazar forged, Magdir and Sohothan, as it said it, Sohothan, were gifted to the royal line of Ascalon. And before Ritlock wielded the blade, the last prince of the kingdom, Rurik, actually wielded Sohothan while his father had Magdir and used it to unleash the foe fire on everyone. But there's like this myth, which is what Era is referring to, that if those two swords are brought back together and the blood of Rurik's line, the kingdom, the royal line, going back to the first king of the human civilization. Yeah. Like if they're brought back together and a ceremony is done, it will eventually, supposedly, lay all the ghosts to rest. So that's what Era's talking about here, and Ritlock's like, "You're dumb. There's no way that's a real thing." And Era's like,
Oh, that's what the fashion wars is about. That's the ceremony.
No. Well,
That's what it is. I get it. Yeah, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
that was
No?
so far left field.
Come
it wasn't
on.
even
I think I
on.
gotta go. I think I have to leave.
I got to leave now.
I mean, I thought it was good. Someone in chat will. Someone appreciate it.
Who is this elite warrior? Where did you
I
come
don't know.
from?
I have no
I
idea.
walked over here and he appeared.
That's because I said a bad joke.
Little booby trap.
Little booby trap.
was my
I wanted
bad
to
joke,
end our
booby trap.
suffering, so I just.
Let's spawn the
Wow.
boss.
I will say that the last like human heir of Doric's line
No pun
is actually is actually a soldier in Ebonhog called
really?
Wade Samuelson. Yeah, and as much as like shade that Ritlock is throwing on this stupid human legend, this is the ritual that ends up throwing him into the mist that he tries to undertake himself, despite the fact that he is definitely not a descendant of Doric. So yeah.
Yeah, so like we actually see this built on in the story, which is awesome. And earlier when we were talking, and I was talking before we came into the dungeon about the location that like lies underneath that point in Ascalon City, this is it. So this point of interest, the shattered sword, is where Adelburn used the sword. It shattered into pieces and it unleashed the foe fire. And this like spectral light that descends through this tower is actually supposed to be like a ghostly apparition kind of the blade almost that extends all the way up, and you can see visible on the top. It's like this magical scar that remains to this day, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do like a hide pull and then try to nuke them down in the corner, or are we gonna YOLO and just die
we're
in the
YOLOing.
central area?
YOLO!
Okay.
You only live 7 times.
Jeez. Oh gosh.
You better
I'm
natural
gonna-
harmony.
Look,
You
I
better
don't.
spam those heals.
Do not trust me. I can't solve anything.
They're trying to protect
I don't
the
know how to
king.
heal. I
Oh
do know
my
how to
God.
heal, but only on my druid and my firebrand. I haven't worked on this
You
class
just leave
yet.
it there and blast it. There we go. Look, I'll blast it.
Yeah, you blast it with natural harmony. Natural harmony is like your most spammable, big, chunky heal.
But what happens when I run out of energy? Like right now, I don't have.
The bubble will consume the energy. So
Oh, so take the bubble off for
yeah,
the
your
moment.
your bubble is Revenant has certain skills called upkeeps. So for Ventari, the bubble is upkeep 1.
Sorry, not enough endurance.
It's okay, I've got fear skills. They'll
Jealous
do
of the
it.
hair.
Oh my god, my god, my god, my god.
Just kill the mobs on the
Rubber
side.
guilty.
I'm
And
tanking.
then kill the boss.
Tanking. Well, okay, he's fine.
Oh yeah, you've got the most toughness. That's what it is. Tanking is the same in dungeons. The toughness. Yeah. So
Oh, I messed up.
whoever's got the most
Roll it.
toughness.
Oh, he's attacking a pet right now. That's
This is
great.
fine.
You have any poo? Fling it now. You gotta break his break bar.
Any poo?
We got CC.
Oh,
We got CC.
Defend yourself.
This is gonna be the way I refer to it forever from here on out. Amazing.
Sorry, this is what my guild missions are like with my guild. So.
Do I have what is
Chunky
my
heal.
CC on this class? Who
Oh,
knows?
for Ventari, your CC would be your elite. It's got a big knockdown.
Easy. Easy.
Alright, easy game.
And it also will empower your other Ventari skills, which is a new feature. It's pretty cool.
The sword is right here.
Story.
Ritlock, the broken sword. It's the twin to your own.
Worry more about the sword's master. Look there.
I sense Sahovin's presence. Rurik, my son, you've returned!
Your son is dead. So is your kingdom. Leave us.
Foul creature, your entire race will pay. Even now, my champions prepare to invade the surface. You will fall before the might of Master Ranger Nente, deadly Kasha Blackblood, and the lovers Rolina and Vassar. We'll destroy you as you destroyed us!
You frighten no one with your meaningless threats. We've killed you before. We'll do it again.
Now you've angered
Maniacal
them.
laugh.
They were already angry. Now we must find his champions and silence them.
Love it. Bye. Okay, we're gonna go there.
Have my attention.
You're right. Oh my gosh, it really is right here.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Huh.
In unison, everyone. That skin is not in the game, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Literally, look. Hello.
Oh no, yeah, of course. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, of course. But like,
And
okay,
then I
no,
think there's an
ignore
icy
me.
version of it as well.
The
and
icy
then Path
version,
of
yeah,
Fire,
yeah, yeah.
they updated the model to be a little bit cleaner.
Oh right, okay.
But I think this is still the old
Of
model.
course there is. Is it? Maybe that's why I was confused. Okay, I think maybe it's just bigger as well. Pardon me. Anyway, I've played this game for
Bigger is
10
not
years, I
always
promise.
better. I'm just gonna say that. It's just.
Oh,
this-
thank God.
Sure.
I wish I had more time skills. Man.
Love it, playing.
Getting out all the naughty that we couldn't do.
I know that we couldn't say.
Yeah, this is why I'm hesitant of doing it on the Guild Wars 2 channel. I'm like, wow, what would the Lightbringers be otherwise? It's
Oh,
like,
We've done it before
Oh, we
during
have,
Extra
I know,
Life.
I
We
know.
can be appropriate.
to be fair, I commentated like hundreds upon hundreds of like games on like the Guild Wars 2 channel on ESL and massive events.
Which is
Sure,
nearly
I would be
unbelievable.
appropriate. Yeah, it is unbelievable.
I
I'm sure I
didn't
should have got
swear
fired.
once. I didn't swear once.
Really?
That's how.
That's why
yeah,
I was like,
I was so
I'm gonna
good.
check. I'm
I'm
gonna check.
incredibly proud of you. I'm incredibly proud of you.
Yeah, you should do this for a living or
We'll
something.
find out after the weekend. I've been removed from the partner program. No, I was feeling
Yeah.
good.
You were? Okay, good.
I was a good Phonax.
Refreshing.
Good. You're not fired then.
Yay!
Is that
putting
you?
those
Oh, I
points up.
go forward.
I'm blinding a lot, which is nice.
Oh my gosh. Dodging is extremely important in these early dungeons. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
dodging in general is very important, but the amount of enemies
Yes,
and
please say that again.
traps, dodging is vital. Press V, double tap if you have it up, but
Don't stand in fire or
Oh, I still dead.
spikes.
I'm
Or...
definitely dead. Oh no, I'm up. I'm up.
My
It's
healing
okay.
would probably be helped if I had like any gear with a healing stat on it.
It's fine. You've still got base
This is true.
heals. You've still got base heals. It's okay.
Hang on.
So I'm gonna heal
Let me
with my
get my
sword
copy out.
when I get a crit, which I've not got as well.
I'm a shadow step. Wait, do you have the shadow step traits?
No.
Wait, are you what's your spec that you're
acrobatics.
taking right now?
I've
You're taking
got-
acrobatics?
Yeah, because of the random healing and evades and stuff, removal of.
You're taking acrobatics?
Yeah, it looked fun.
No one
to the
takes
Lightbringers
acrobatics.
Oh, I know they
No
don't.
one takes acrobatics, Jebro.
I
That's all
know.
personal healing.
I know.
You should have taken shadow arts.
I know because I like the personal healing because I was like, I'm probably gonna die a lot. Anyway,
What
story.
a Spectre.
That's story.
Your desire to destroy is still unsatisfied, beast.
I would love to see some
Burning
updates to
Ascalon
acrobatics.
not enough for you.
As long as you stalk us, we'll fight you tooth and claw.
By Melandru's will, I will rend you from this world, Char.
This is Ranger Nenente.
There he is.
There
His
he is.
backstory. Okay, I really know about his character.
Do you actually, or are you making a
Yes. No, I'm not making a joke.
joke? Okay, great.
Okay, he worked at the local Ralph's, and
Oh, God.
then when he was at the age of
Throw rocks at
30,
him.
he changed his career path to work at the CVS. He wanted to be a pharmacist.
Okay.
However, things went awry when he was bitten by a squirrel. And yeah, he didn't die in the faux fire. He died via other bacterial causes.
From
But-
rabies?
Yes, in doing that, he became a ranger.
Because of the rabies.
So it's like it's a full circle moment. It's a full circle moment.
Wow, I'm genuinely impressed. I'm
He,
incredibly
he
impressed
became
by this.
he began to tame the
He's
thing that
chasing
killed
me.
him.
Help! Help!
No, we're not helping you. He's invulnerable.
away.
CC.
Wait, why is he invulnerable? Oh, we have to CC him?
With rocks.
Wait, are there
rocks.
mechanics in this fight?
Yeah,
He's
that's
usually
rocks.
dead by now.
Right?
Isn't it rocks? Did we reach
Yeah.
rocks?
there's-
Yeah,
We're learning.
rock
We're
from
learning
here
as
for
we
fun.
go.
Oh no, and then he's coming back to the central platform.
Fury rising.
Oh, my
Yeah.
tablet disappeared. I got it
This
again.
fight is a little strange.
Oh,
Confusion
shitballs.
on CC. There you go. I'm just firing my bow from here. This is fun. Can I poison him
Wait,
as
so
well?
he gets confusion applied to him when we CC him?
I don't know. I thought maybe is that him? Anyway, we're killing him. It's fine.
Yeah,
He'll be
he's
dead
gonna-
in a minute.
The description is a bit weird. Someone's CCing him very well. There you go.
There we go.
Yay.
Wait, there's an elite shadow. It's
Rising.
important we kill him.
It looks like
oh, it's a
Garm.
dog. Sorry, not him.
It's a. Garm is a wolf. I don't know if you've heard of this animal crew. So there's like a whole type of animal called wolves. And
Type of an animal called wolves.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So if
I thought
the
that was
ghost
just a gay thing.
no, it's not. It's
Are
not
bears
just like
real too?
Bears are real, but they also are animals
And
also people
unicorns.
crew.
What about unicorns?
I'm helping.
I don't care.
Jebro, that's not real. We're not living in a fantasy world. Calm down.
Yeah, come on, get it together.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they only exist in Redigig's sex dungeon. That's what they are. All the unicorns, always there.
We are in a dungeon right now.
Yeah.
If you've wondered why there's no longer unicorns in the world, it's because
because of what?
actively invited them all to their sex dungeon. That's where they're at now. So
Yeah, don't worry, they're happy. They're all happy.
They're
and they
very
have
happy.
Safe words, it's fine, don't worry.
they wanted to be there for sure.
Yeah, they did.
I regret this podcast every Friday. Oh god.
We're killing bosses in a dungeon that was made probably in 2009.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
I
Though.
did-
I'm enjoying it.
It is good. It is good.
The,
I thought
the dungeon team actually left Arena very quickly after the launch of the game. I remember that being a
So
thing.
sad because like
Most of them did.
I think if this
Still
is
the
just a
tea.
little bit more refined. Like this is like
I love dungeons.
there's all the material here for dungeons.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I miss
Fun.
I think they're really enjoyable. And I mean, of course, we saw this kind of content, I think, get refined into other types of content, likely because of trends in MMOs that were changing and other things like that, where we do actually get like fractals, which are not that far off from
No, not at
almost
all.
every other MMO's conception of what a dungeon is, right?
Yeah.
And raids as well, which are a different version of this too. But there is something really to be said about having like these different wings in this explorable area. I think my only huge wish is that over time this had been like a little bit more
I will end
adapted so that like you can technically solo it, but you know, for like again most new players, there's not like an
A solo
NPC
version.
group they can bring in. There's not like, you know, an auto adjustment to where they can just come in and explore, or you know, it's a little bit harder to do in those ways, although the story modes are much more accessible than the other, you know, versions of this. But yeah, it's good content and it's fun. I'm not surprised that they refined it into something else down the road. But there is something really charming about doing it. It's just kind of, it's a little tricksy at this point, I think, to get a group that's going to be on the same page as you if you're a new player coming into these, because you really do have to do a little bit of extra legwork to get a group and go in and figure it out and be willing to just do it that way.
Boss over here, sorry. You got? Is it this one first? We're right near.
You do either of them first.
Yeah, we're right near here.
I want to do the
Yeah.
necro, because the necro, one thing that I think would still be worthwhile doing, if at all possible, is to just increase the base health of some of the bosses, just so you're actually able to understand what the mechanics are, or at least see what the mechanics are.
That was painful.
Because there
Thank
aren't
you
really
for
any phase moments
Quite welcome.
in these fights, so you can really
True.
just burn them down in like 5 seconds flat.
They were like big, strategies, Well, not big strategies, but like mini strategies.
Oh my god! Okay, these necros are kind of
I know, right? A damage
the life
was
drain.
rude.
Little Strongo.
Hard as a coffin nail, Jesus. I don't particularly. So I played through all the fractals, and I like the story. I like the story that they've embedded in it, but I would prefer to have like
Same.
traditional like
Yep.
story-related 5-mans for small group content that is not related to the dungeon and this like never-ending agony. It just. I like story dungeons. I do.
I agree. Yeah.
Story dungeons.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Why are you here? This is the land of ghosts.
Stand down, Spectre. We seek only to protect the living.
Don't chat with her, heir. Dispatch her.
Britlock
All right,
being
fine.
our
Don't-
story
Don't
block.
chat with
bye.
her. She doesn't
So
deserve
don't
a
get story.
chatting.
Yeah,
Oh my
don't
God,
chat
it's
with her. Don't
Kesha.
get lore info.
TikTok on the clock, but the party don't stop. But what?
Jebro's gonna get DMCA'd. You guys stop that.
Yeah, I find this boss to be very interesting because it's like summons minions, fears, applies conditions, and also like summon wells. So I'm always very interested as to like what this fight is, what could it have been with like summoning necromantic creatures.
There's a Grenth. Is that a Grenth statue in the back? Is that?
It is.
So maybe she was a priestess of Grenth or something.
Yeah, and there's
is
a
supposed
PO.
to.
Oh, if you go up to it's a POI. It's Kosh's chapel.
It's also interesting that she is aware of them being ghosts. Because for at least a lot of the lore and things like that, some of the ghosts do seem to have a sense of self-awareness, and like there are ghosts in the world that do, but so many of the other Ascolonian ghosts are like trapped in their final moments. Like time never progresses for them. They are stuck on the day of the faux fire, and all that they know is that like they perceive everybody as Char, and that the Char are like, you know, trying to bust down the gate, which is why they just will attack you no matter what in the zone, even if you yourself are human or, you know, you're not Char. So it's interesting that like right off the bat, she comments on the fact that this is the land of ghosts. Whether or not she's referring specifically to like Grenth and his chapel, or she's like aware of her own ghostliness, perhaps because of being a priestess to him? I don't know. Maybe I'm way overthinking. I have no idea.
You can overthink it. It's fine.
Not someone locking me in the hallway.
No, I think you're right, actually. I think it's probably her connection to Grenth that allows her to see through it, because a lot of the ghosts, they're just Groundhog Daying it. Oh, shirt balls. Did I get left in the other... Hello?
Oh yeah, how did you get through?
Hello? Someone picked up a boulder and then it closed. There's a pressure plate to the left.
Oh, jeez.
Where?
Let me in, please.
Wait, where is the pressure plate?
I'm screwed.
Left.
Chat.
Where is it?
All
I'm
the way
done
up
for.
top. F's in chat for crew.
Someone was in it. Someone was on it.
Yeah. It's if you pick a boulder, the pressure plate will be, if you're looking, if you're at the door looking into the chapel, it'll be to the left of the arch thing.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, sneaky.
Oh, so you could. This is a sneaky way
wait for
through,
a
or you could have gone the long way. That was a secret. A secret. Oh, there. Kasha was a necromancer trainer in Guild Wars 1. All of these side bosses were class trainers. Oh,
I did not know that.
nice, Rallis. Excellent. Thank you.
Also,
Rallis knows a
chat
lot.
had a new player question a little while ago about dungeons. Where can you find dungeons? So it's important to note that as you play through the story for the first time, you will have these mails that'll appear and it'll direct you to various dungeons. These dungeons were like core game content. They are not really a form of content that's supported anymore, although like we were just talking about a little while ago, they've evolved into other forms of content that I would, just like Fornax was saying, I would love to see integrated more into our actual story beats and continuity of the game in the future, because they kind of have their own unique little plot thing and you explore them and do them. So that's where you'll get, for most of the game, content like this. But in the core game, they had these things called dungeons. You get the story version of them unlocked as you level up through the core game. And then there are exploratory wings after that were meant to be core game end game content. So when you had kind of reached max level, you would go through and do the exploratory wings, and so you could get a variety of rewards from it. The big thing is that they have physical locations in the world, so you have to go to those locations, and you need to pre-form a group. There's not like a queue or like a party finder, party grouper like in most other MMOs. But you can use things like the looking for group, or if you're in a guild, shout out. A lot of times people will help. Or if there are other people standing around outside, you could say, hey, are you waiting for somebody? Are you trying to see if you need a group, or things like that too. But you can go to the looking for group in game. Oh my gosh, I'm literally pulling it up on my screen like they can see it as though I'm streaming right now.
I'm doing it as you do
it.
You're
Great,
fine.
thanks,
I'm
Jeff.
doing it.
You can go to LFG and you can like put a listing up and say new player looking to do the dungeon or whatever first time. But you do have to like get a group together and then go in together, and at least initially as you play through the story, you'll only want to do those story versions and then come back to those exploratory wings when you have finished the core game. Otherwise it's going to be like really hard.
If you want a challenge, do it at 30, because you can do AEC at 35. If you want a challenge, do it at 35. If you don't necessarily want a challenge, you probably still get it even AE if you're a newer player. Like, it's just understanding mechanics and stuff.
Wait until you're more competent to try and do Ara explorable mode, because that's still quite challenging to do. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I want to do that again.
It's amazing lore, though. Amazing lore.
I can't wait to do that one, actually. I'm looking forward to getting to all of these different things. I've not done so for so long. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Heart of Thorns. I've not played that story for a long time.
So this boss has a very interesting mechanic of proximity.
How rude.
Summons lightning storm stronger near Visar. Oh, because they're the lovers.
She's got a
Yep.
friend.
Yes.
Keep them apart.
Vassar and
You gotta keep them
Nenente.
apart.
Or Relena. Nenente was the ranger.
Which one does... Ow, ow.
This is why I wish there were taunt mechanics earlier on, so it'd be easier to pull them away.
Well, this one's just...
Hello.
So...
I think if they just
Yeah,
stand
everyone-
still, they'll be fine.
It's okay.
Oh, it looks like we're damaging them to a degree, to be fair.
Got some CC.
They don't really move, which is strange. This
Yeah,
fight, I
they-
think, has
they're
a lot of
damaging fine.
potential for really cool strategies and phases.
Didn't they must have
But-
nerfed this, because there was definitely a time when... maybe it's the explorable where it's actually hard. Like
No,
you...
when they overlap the rings, they do become pretty lethal, but
okay.
they're not really moving too much, so...
They must have nerfed this back in the day, right?
If you have any
Maybe.
poo, fling it now.
I've got a fear from the steel.
Explosion.
Every single steel is a fear for me, so it's just like it's easy.
Really?
Easy. Yeah, every single
Oh,
one.
damn.
All this
I'm learning how to better
Everything.
manage my energy on Renegade, or sorry, on Revenant, and I'm feeling really proud of myself. So I just wanted to update everybody on that.
Everyone give claps in the chat if you've got.
Thank you, thank you.
And what you can do in dungeons, you can either walk back to the central faux fire, or you can take waypoints to get back faster, which is actually very interesting that we have waypoints within dungeons. But it makes sense because they are so large.
They're big.
What waypoints? Yeah. Okay.
Come in.
I wonder if you can use United Way stations in dungeons now. Oh. Oh,
That's
story.
actually an interesting question.
That's true.
I don't believe you can. I don't know.
Your champions are gone, Ghost. Just like your son and your kingdom.
I will have my vengeance. Join me in death.
No. Uh-oh. Shit. Shoot.
Fatal burn time.
Let's not go yet because we've got a Vivek who's coming. Vivek.
Wait for me, because I'm not there.
Yeah, we are.
Also, why is Ritlot following me? What
Because
did what did I do?
You're special. You should
Why do
go
you
with
say it like it was
bombs.
a
That's what you should do,
Wow.
Kroof. You should do bomb builds.
Why?
Because they're fun and
Why
you
am
got
I
shield.
gonna bomb a ghost? I've already had enough trauma.
You're the bomb. The best looking set. Okay,
I
we all ready?
can't do bomb
3,
kit.
2. Bomb kit is so fun. There's so many good combos on bomb kit.
I'm gonna do bomb kit. I've been doing flamethrower, but
Bomb
Oh,
kit is
oh.
more fun, but flamethrower is
In the
best
face.
thing to farm with. Ooh. Okay, I just thought I stole, but I didn't. CC spear. There you go.
Let's beat this shit out of this old man.
It'll bum.
I'm
Bum
fast
bum
as
bum 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 bum.
Don't worry, he was a bit of a dick in life. Don't feel too bad.
He's EQ'd
I
in
always
one now,
find
probably.
bomb kit to be so
Ooh.
weird.
It's good, like in PvP back in the day in the core, like bomb kit was one of the best utilities because you had blind and you would also have the smoke field for stealth. You'd also have the big immobilize as well and
It's
fire.
just grenade kit, but melee.
Yeah, well, kind of. It's the fields, right? That's the main thing about
Oh,
bomb
like
kit.
fully, there's like, you get burning, chill, a blind, a cripple, and a mob, and like poison stuff, and like,
Kind of. They're quite powerful with like, if you think of it, the fields wise, like they used to be ridiculous, but that was when people used to just fight on the point. They didn't fight anywhere else.
yeah, a lot of blast finishers.
Yes, that's it.
You've defeated me, but what have you gained? Much deadlier things stir beneath us. They'll consume you all.
Magdare is shattered, but I know a blacksmith who can mend these pieces.
Did you really think that if you got me a sword, you'd earn forgiveness?
For you, the sword would be for Logan.
What? Why would you risk our lives, my life, for that coward?
I thought it would heal old wounds. It would remind you.
Remind me of what? Betrayal? Ah, You've become a sentimental old woman. We're finished here.
Why does Rytlock hate Logan?
Mistakes from a lifetime ago, best forgotten. Rytlock's right. I've gotten too sentimental, too weak.
No, you're perfect. You're amazing, Air. You're beautiful. You're most beautiful and powerful.
King Adelgern said there are nastier things that lie beneath.
Yes.
He knew of the void. And
I mean, maybe. I mean, there is the fact that, like we were talking about at the start, the catacombs were built over the underworld. So he could be like literally referring to something stirring in the mists in the underworld, or I mean, but I think you could read into that a lot of different ways. He could also just be talking about perhaps the dragon stirring, but I don't know.
I think wasn't he also thinking about exploring? Was he thinking about explorable mode as well, or not? Not really.
Oh, maybe that could be a hint towards explorable.
I think
like
that might be a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's loads of like that scale boss was kind of fun and interesting. I don't think it was. I think I mean, it would be fun if it was like a real. That would have been. I know they think about their stories way ahead of time, but I know.
I doubt that 10 years ago they would have had something like the Void specifically in mind, but I think the line is, it's interpretive enough, right, that it leaves open so many possibilities that I think you could definitely read into.
Oh yeah, Ryla says it as well in the chat. The the explorable mode. Yeah, I kind of read it as that as well. Sorry, I've got really weird allergies at the moment. Look at also the bombs look like cakes. That's why they're so good. Okay, look at your cake. It looks like a big cake.
It does look like a cake. That's cute. Or like a big keg or something.
Oh wait, that's a small cake.
It's a small cake. That's a big cake.
I was going to say though that I really like, for all that Air leaves this dungeon feeling pretty defeated, I do really love that this whole thing, right, is like one of the steps that eventually leads to reconciliation for the group. This group of heroes who were basically the heroes in the generation before us, who tried to stand up to the dragons and suffered great losses and failed. We get their story, and there's a book about them, and obviously through the dungeons I think you get a lot more of it, and then we get some context with the characters and Keith and everybody coming together in the actual game. But Air's instinct on this was so right in the end. The fact that she looked for these twin blades that were so emblematic of these terrible rifts that had happened between the Char and humanity, and then looked to gift them these like paired blades to both Rytlock and Logan, I think is a really lovely kind of idea, a great sentiment. And eventually Rytlock himself does take those two to try to heal the scars of this land that his people had a hand in as well, even though he fails and he ends up in the mists and all kinds of stuff happens, right? But I really do like the setup of this dungeon, and I think the first time I played through it, I just blasted through it. I didn't really get a lot of the greater lore because I didn't know much about the world at that point, and I hadn't started as a Char, so I hadn't spent a ton of time in these zones. But I actually think there's something really lovely about this story mode narrative and the way it kind of sets things up for a lot more.
I agree. I would love to find out what happened to the sword. Maybe a storyline with the blacksmith that the sword's gone to. Maybe we could see the curse lifted. Maybe that could be a mini expansion. I'd love that, to kind of like, and also explore the rest of the city, because Ascalon City was massive, absolutely massive, and beautiful and kind of tortured, and they lived there for like decades. So no, I would, anything that gets like more underground, like dark content and spirits and curses. I love that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, to chat, I see chat talking about it. Harold, aka Fornex, gave much more in-depth discussion on this yesterday on the Gilbert's 2 channel. We were talking about the lore here. But you're right, Air took Magdair to have it repaired, and we don't know what happened to it. So that's the blacksmith that Air is referencing here. And unfortunately, with things that come up, sorry, spoilers, but Air dies, and we don't know who she had entrusted those pieces to. And then Rytlock, kind of like doesn't totally do the actual ritual and isn't of Doric's blood. So there were a lot of reasons that it likely failed. But if it can even be done at all, which maybe it can't, but I agree with you totally. For next, I would love to see that be something maybe in a future X-Pack now that we have this slightly shorter format. So that it could be like a little side tour adventure.
It could be like a like the redo of the Barons, like destroy Plains of Ashford and just like, you know, reforming of things. I'd be up for that. I do like what was it called? What's that expansion? Cataclysm. That's right. Sorry.
Cataclysm.
Destroy
Yeah,
the
that was
Barons.
quite a.
Destroy the Barons was not the name of that. That's a bit of a
I mean,
crappy
if
name for an
they
expansion.
chat
Destroy
with
the
them, that
Barons,
would have
chat.
been fine. Yeah.
Now, I just had a thought, which was
just one.
What would one thought? But what would you all think about them adding in a new wing to the maybe select dungeons from the core game at some point as a means to tell some kind of side story wrap up? I mean, we have like all the assets here that, like, if you bring all those things back here, if we got those pieces or whatever, you could have another exploratory wing of even Ascolonian Catacombs that would almost serve as like an epilogue to the core game narratives. It wouldn't have to be an entire expansion, wouldn't have to be an entire thing, but maybe it could be a piece of content that like came with something like that, where you do come back here years later and lay to rest a moment, or things like we were talking about recently with like the Nightmare Court. There could be a new version of the Nightmare Court dungeon exploratory wing that has some kind of reconciliation narrative of what they're going to be doing in the future, and you know what all that narrative stuff we were talking about with the Sylvari. I don't know if they'd ever do it, but it's kind of an interesting idea, I think, to put a bookend on dungeons. And also give more kind of PvE content that wraps up perhaps some of those older story threads that maybe in the future we won't have as much time to cover. I don't know.
I think it would be a good idea for sure. I mean,
Take my money.
I don't think they'd do it, but like I'd love them to do that kind of stuff. I want them to go back to like core game, just develop the map more. You know, really. I think I really still like the idea of the living world and what that could have been. More so, and they did have their initial idea was changing the world in core Tyria as we go, like every 2 weeks, right? Which is kind of what they were doing, but like it just wasn't feasible. It wasn't.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the Plains of Ashford has several mini events, but the core maps could each have another world boss. They could easily have like a story running through, so that you have lower level players seeing this massive amount of level 80 players in with all their shiny mounts running through the map and like sucking up everything, and then going to this massive boss that they can kind of, you know, like the Shatterer style, that they can take part in. And I love that. I don't think that we need every single release to have a new map. I think we have so many absolutely gorgeous, beautiful maps that they could extend and add bosses to and make them relevant, so that they don't feel quite so abandoned. I think that's one of the sad things about the core world, is the fact that it's beautiful, it's amazing, it's got all this interesting mechanics that they kind of shied away from, but are still interesting to play for a player, but they're just not. They don't get the population they deserve because people are gravitated towards play cycles which reward with loot. So give them the loot in the places where they're not going, and expand the game with it.
Yeah. Okay.
That is all.
I'm kind of fine with
I'll be right back.
the core maps maintaining what they are, because I do feel in a way like the steps to reach endgame, and I think that is essential to any game, to have those lower level zones not be too overwhelming, or not in terms of difficulty, and also in terms of player base. But with that said, I think that they could do some improvements to teaching the certain elements of Guild Wars 2, in terms of course, we've always talked about break bars, the training area that we have in Xingzhou, but even going beyond that and teaching people about group content. And I think dungeons could have been a really great place to kind of cement that idea. And back in the day, Guild Wars 2's Trinity system was even more amorphous and abstract than it is today. Today, we do have certain elements of tanking, of healers, of certain damage types. So I would be in favor of reconstructing some of the story missions to just better showcase what Guild Wars 2 actually is and how it is in 2023 and beyond. And even adding more dungeons to that, as kind of what Rook was hinting at and mentioning. If that was the way to do it, sure. But I still think the lower level zones could be better. Not like they're absolutely needed, but some tuning could be done here and there.
Can I say that? So I wouldn't want to overhaul every single part of the lower level maps, and I think that if right now, if you're leveling through the story, I think you can almost exclusively play the story. You don't necessarily up to like level 10. I think you can manage to get through. So I would have like a very specific area off in the corner of the map. So the rest of the map, because if you think about it, when you're just playing the personal story, there's very little of the original maps that you actually have to go to. The story is quite self-contained. You very much go here, go there, go into an instance. So just a little area off to the side that's kind of like this elite zone, maybe even in these core maps. I think I remember when I was first playing like World of Warcraft, and you'd be running somewhere and you just see all these players, and it's like that aspirational moment of they're all on mounts, which was like in the core game that was like unheard of in vanilla WoW. It was like, my God, they have so much money, and then they've got these epic things. And you're like, oh my God, they do raids. Look at the gods, And it was kind of that aspirational thing of like, oh my God, I'll never be that good. I'll never be able to do raids. And then, but God, wouldn't it be great if I did? And it kind of pushes you on to kind of, and I love that kind of. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a big nerd. Yeah.
No, I mean that's totally fair, and I agree with you because I think it does give you a sense that there are people not just coming into the world, but staying in the world, and that you have your own journey ahead of you as far as growth and things go. I will say that I was surprised even when I was researching the Plains of Ashford for our lore tour that we did. I was going around, and this isn't always the case at all hours on every core map for sure, but as I was going around, a ton of events popped up that I was going, nobody will be around for this. And then lo and behold, here would come this group of people. I mean, even the non-guild mission version of the estate, which we didn't get to talk about on the stream, which I was sad about, but the Lornan estate. I can't remember what it's called. I have to look for it because I can't see it on this character on the map, which is a guild mission that's down to the south. That is southwest. The state. But there was a version of it that's a non-guild mission that procs and opens up, and there were a ton of people in there trying to do it.
She didn't even know that was a thing.
I was totally surprised. I didn't either until I was researching. So I think there are moments where we see more players than I even thought, and especially on some of the maps and core maps that do have some sort of meta, you see more veteran players on there. Of course, it's not the same as the later maps, and I think Fornex, a lot of things you're saying are absolutely great ideas, especially if we want to tell like the ongoing story of the world and keep players flowing through. But I did really love that right before End of Dragons, they did that polish up of a few world bosses. And I think over time, they could absolutely do something in the same vein for even some of the metas already existing on these maps. There's technically a meta on this map, on Plains of Ashford, where you storm the city and the Char are trying to quell the ghosts in Ascalon City. I mean, you could rework something like that to be a little bit more rewarding and have some other kind of things of interest in it that I think would even more reinforce some of the narrative in this zone. And when they'll do that, I don't know, but they definitely have kept their eye on it, which is good because those sort of, rebalances we even had for world bosses, I think were a big boon. And this core world is really fun to explore. I think a lot of players come in and out of it, and new players for sure. But yeah, it's always good to think about how can we keep content interactive, interesting, and keep the population of the game cycling through it, because you don't ever want players just to be confined to one pocket when they reach max level,
Well, that's
right?
what they did with legendaries as well. So like you can, so for example, here down in kind of where Herald's going now, there's an event down there which spawns, and I had to wait for eternity for a chain of events that I had to do to get a specific item for Hope, which was like a part of the apothecary stuff. I can't remember the story, which I needed to collect. And so I was here, and there was like 2 or 3 other people doing the legendary stuff at the same time, and new players. So like they there's definitely that part, but it's just that size and scope that I think, that I kind of agree with you, Harold. That would be good. I think also there is the problem of, if you take people back to zones from 10 years ago, there's a difference in quality, in graphical quality. That is the problem now. I think back then, like just thinking about it as well, like I would love it, but like, you know, maybe the maps need a tiny bit of a graphical update. I'm not saying they look awful, but like, you know, there's a difference between Plains of Ashford graphical quality and also, you know, the latest
Kiting City.
Yeah,
for
exactly,
sure,
right. So there is that to keep in mind at times as well, I suppose.
Well, I mean, in the kind of the idea that I have is that they're actually like slotting it a new event with all the new mechanics in a specific area that they could like spruce up, rather than having to like overhaul the entirety of the map.
Yeah, that's right. You did say that.
Also, would you like to know a fun fact that I found out when I was doing the research for about Langmar?
Sure.
So they're guild events, and at the moment, when you want to go in, you spawn, and you actually spawn an instance version of this Langmar estate.
Yeah.
Originally, it was in the world. You could go in, you could walk in. It was part of the map. Yeah, I had no idea. And a lot of those places were.
You can now. You just have to wait for the like doors to open in a specific event that happens. And you can go in and still do it as like a public event version of that estate, which I had no idea even existed. And we did not, as far as I saw, make it past the portrait room, which I think is the really hard one to coordinate.
It's just an art. Yeah, it's a bit of an art to coordinate. That's true. Okay, is there anything else?
What are we talking about?
Langmar estate.
Southwest guild mission thing. You know, the weird thing where you got to like, you know, match up the portraits and do the weapons and all that stuff.
Did you not do a lot of guild missions?
Not really.
If you haven't done guild missions, you need to go do them. There's loads of content there. Well,
I think I kind of recognize
this. It was a long
this.
time ago, Griff. Like
we do them quite regularly in my guild, because we're a bunch of nerdy nerds who like the guild mission.
Maybe we should do some guild missions with the Lightbringers. Maybe there'll be a guild missions stream. A guild mission stream. Oh, new video series coming from Grave.
Yeah, current video series.
Playing the content I've never played.
Guild mission videos do sound very much like something Boots would get the idea to do and then start going really hard on.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can go hard on guild missions, but like, you know, maybe the one here.
Shots fired.
Maybe
that was one of the things I was
missions.
hoping for. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Yeah. No luck for Max.
It would be lovely. Okay, was there any other points we want to make about that? Because we're kind of going off the subject a little bit, even though it's still fun to talk about. I think we've kind of done the story, but Ascolonian Catacombs is like not a huge. I mean, I guess it's still a big part of the lot, but basically that's where we start to learn about, you know, Ritlock, Air, 2 people from Destiny's Edge. We learn about, you know, Logan, and we start to learn about, you know, the beef between them. We're playing the game at the moment, you know, obviously that's been kind of fixed a bit. But yeah, is there anything else to add there, really? We venture back off into the player story next at level 30, which we've actually got to do, because we hit level 30. We got open dungeons, but we could have done the story, or we could have gone to Destiny's Edge, but we went to do Destiny's Edge stuff for Ascolonian Catacombs. And next we do start to choose which of the 3 factions we're going to join, which is going to be in the next stream we do, probably.
One of the 3 orders of Tyria. They're actually really fascinating. There's amazing lore about all of them. So
Cool. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good. We are going to drift off, I think, and just quickly check out this fashion event before we maybe... It's going to be a bit short today, but like we're going to go and have a look at the fashion thing, I think, if everyone fancies doing that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we all jump onto our favourite fashion characters. I'm not sure who to go with for this, in all honesty. I do like my char for this, though. Okay. I don't know. I like my Asura, but he's small and you can't see his fashion.
So who knows what this event is and what we need to do?
Oh, don't tell me a single thing before we go in there, because we would need to see my face. We've not seen Rookery's either. I know we can't see your face effectively, but we can see the reaction of your face. I guess to a degree. Oh, actually, maybe I'll take my Necromancer. Yeah.
All right, let me see. I don't know who I'm going to pick for this. What fashion?
You can adjust it as we go. We got giveaways going in chat as well for the community chest, as given by the Fornax, who forgets things.
Who forgets things?
The Fornax who forgets things.
Can confirm.
That is your
completely
name.
100%. Yeah.
There we go. I've got... Oh my god. I've got tentacles everywhere. I need that back piece. Love it. Sorry.
Where is the event?
Creef Night.
In Lion's Arch on the Crow's Nest Tavern.
Ah, okay.
So it's in that upper little wing near the trading post people.
Yes.
Ah, nice. Okay. My non-bald lady. Oh, that's where the event is. Okay, lovely. Right.
Oh, there's a
like
stage there, isn't there? Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a chump because I am just gonna rock an outfit, but I like this character's dye scheme and everything, so...
My god. Cheating.
I'm so sorry.
My fashion has been very roleplay friendly and not super particle effect heavy, which is always very interesting because it's like, what is the consensus on what is good fashion in Guild Wars 2? Do people lean towards the vomit of particle effects, or do they appreciate and lean towards more refined? That's the question.
There are so many people here. Damn. Okay.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Wait, what's the deal? So, a round of applause. The next contestants will be selected shortly. So you have to enter the event by talking to someone?
No, when the event is starting, you go in the other rectangle blue square.
Right.
And you may get picked.
Okay, so can we go in there now, or is it too late?
It's too late. You have to wait for all of the 10 contestants to go through, and then you can jump in.
And do you... Oh my god, this is amazing. This is actually amazing. Oh, you've got little emote things as well where you can cheer and stuff.
Yeah, so the way it's decided is the more cheers you do for one person, whoever has the most cheers wins.
Nice. Next on the stage is Ella something or other.
I love that they put this in. I think it's so clever. And I was actually thinking about the fact that on the Lightbringers, we had a discussion about adding in more RP adjacent style content where we had talked about, you know, oh, what if there was like a performance stage? What if there were, I remember us spitballing about this and talking about this, and to see something like this added in as a little zone event, as something that pops up. I mean, yeah, there are people here, there are people obviously interested. I think it's great because it even just gives you something more to do when you're idling. It gives you inspiration if you see items or stuff that you haven't collected before, or you really like a look, or, you know, I really love that they put this in. I think it's just a fun, cool, like, community thing to put in.
For sure.
Oh, wow.
This person is just naked.
Wow.
Is it? Really? Where? The person's just naked laying there?
Yeah.
Amazing. Wait, why is my back piece not showing?
Oh yeah, mine isn't either.
And there's an achievement to do this 10 times.
Achievement? Why is my back piece not showing? I just bought it. No.
I'm stood next to the biggest Norn with the smallest cod piece in the world. That's what's happening to me right now. I'm getting flashbacks to when I was in Cyprus in a strip club. This is quite strange. Okay,
Oh,
let's
that's like
go.
an
Let's go.
outfit. No.
It's an outfit. No. How do we say no?
You just don't cheer.
Yeah,
Just
you just don't
wave.
cheer.
Just wave.
We're gonna be very critical here.
I'm so
Judgmentality
sorry.
is coming out.
I like the hammer, though.
Outfits are, no, we will not be cheering for outfits.
I wore an outfit.
Boo.
I think that outfits can still be fashion worse
No, they
if you have a
can't.
good dye scheme, if your color
What?
matches.
That's like no. Chat, what do you think? What do you think?
No.
Look at this guy though. Is this isn't an outfit, is it?
No.
Oh, I
It is
like
an
that.
outfit.
Is it?
It is an outfit. Look at you, double standards.
I don't know
Ooh.
if that's an outfit or not. That seems like a basic one though.
That's an
Also,
outfit. That's an outfit.
Can I just say, while I love all of you, and if any of you sassily typed this in the chat, I think that booing any person in this is rude. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna put that
Jebro.
out there.
No,
Jebro.
no, it's not rude.
It's rude. It is rude. You should be encouraging and uplifting in the MMO space, or just decline to say anything.
Not for outfits. Hey, look, I'm trying to role play here, okay? I'm role playing someone who's saying boo only because they've got an outfit that was just rude to play
I think it's
with.
rude. I do honestly, genuinely, no joking aside, do think it's rude.
So
I won't say
toxic.
anymore. I won't say it was an
love you.
intentional joke. It was. Come on now. I don't mean it in a toxic, mean way. Let's just
I know,
be real.
but
Wow, the endgame
But-
meta.
I am gonna. I say this in general. I think there's a very specific reason that they did not include booing in any of the actions that you can do, because like, whatever reason that people might get up on the stage or things like that, I think that like. We all want a good environment, a good space, and oftentimes strangers in games don't know. They have no idea if it's a joke or it's not a joke, and if they get up and they're excited to be a part of it, and then like everybody in the chat just says boo, that's a really negative experience to have. So I would caution.
That's true. That's true.
I would just caution people from doing it.
Mercury
That's
has now
all.
made
That's
me
all.
feel like the worst person in the world.
No,
I've
Jeff,
put my boo as a joke in chat, just as a note. It was a joke, just in case anyone is watching. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't boo people though. That's right.
I agree, but no matter how much moralizing you do, outfits do not belong in
That's
fashion
true. It
wars
does. It
competition.
doesn't. That's
There
why
are
I was
rules.
booing.
No.
That is why it's
This
booing.
is
I have
That's true,
officiated
though.
too many of these bloody things because everyone likes my fashion wars content for some reason. I have no idea why. And honestly, that's the one thing you can't have is an outfit. They're always banned.
I have
That's
a
true.
few friends who are deep into
Sorry,
the fashion
darling.
contests. So outfits, they're beautiful for leveling.
True.
They're just not fashion.
Don't boo,
there's-
but save your cheers
Yeah,
for
yeah.
innate,
Don't boo.
intricate pieces.
Vote. Don't boo.
Yes.
Vote.
Vote with your
Yes.
sitting
Yes.
or
Yes.
standing or something.
If you have any poo,
I'm gonna
please.
sit. No poo, fling it. Well, I guess so.
My gosh.
The boo is
I'll
a
be
poo.
I'll be the one person on the podcast that's advocating
we're gonna see our winner
for
in 5 seconds.
outfits.
No.
I think wear whatever you want to wear, dye it in a fun way. If your character look is like a vibe and looks good, I'm gonna cheer for it.
Who's
I'm gonna do
Warrior
it.
and King? Did they show the winner?
I voted for this too. I
Which
thought it
one
was,
was that?
very intricate in terms of the lining of all the pieces.
Next show begins in
Wow.
2 minutes. Can I stand up
God damn,
here?
that is a
Okay, so
lovely
if you
guy.
wanna-
He looks like he got dressed in the dark. Come on.
If
I
you
mean,
want to
Jesus
submit,
Lord.
you come to like the
Okay.
backstage area.
Is it
I
here?
really like.
Look at my
Yeah,
character.
it'll pop up soon.
Oh, that back piece
Okay.
is so cool. I bought the tentacles because I've got lots of tentacles
You
going
know, that
down.
kind of works with your shoulder piece.
Yeah,
you need
exactly.
you need to go a little bit more aquatic though.
What should I go for? What other things could I go for?
You should have different gloves.
Yeah, but what ones though?
Is there a theme for this one?
I don't know.
I don't see.
Are
a
there
specific
themes?
theme.
There's no theme.
The future is fashion, and the future is now. I see
Okay.
future fashionable.
Oh, I'm
Maybe you're
future.
supposed
Yeah,
to do,
tentacles
like,
are always.
futuristic.
Yeah, tentacles are all about future.
I do really love those. So like the person who stepped up at the end and popped their chair. I think this is a really fun way as well to like, you get to use the emotes, you get to use some of the props and things in a fun way so that you could try and, you know, win it. I think that's cool. I think that's enjoyable.
I need suggestions here. I don't know. Maybe my
I'm
gloves
going
are
very
okay.
basic.
Oh, I'm apparently
Going
not
very
allowed on the
roleplay
stage
friendly.
because I'm wearing an
you
outfit.
could join us on the stage. We're
I'm
just messing
I'm
with
gonna-
you.
Wow. I mean, you can freely enter, but
Yeah,
the judges will decide.
Yeah, they will. And if you win, we'll, you know.
Exactly. You should absolutely enter to prove us all wrong by
Yeah.
winning. Yes.
That's true.
Come on, start your
makes
funky
no
stuff
sense.
with us.
There
Come on,
should be
babe.
some tentacle bits. I'm just saying.
Switch my character and find somebody.
No.
else.
Come and join us. Come and join us in the
I'm terrified. I go very roleplay friendly, so we're gonna have to see how this turns out for me if I even get chosen.
Oh yeah, that's true. We'll cheer for you.
Because if there's more than 10
fix it.
people,
Let's just fix
there's more
it.
than 10 people, you'll get chosen at random. So
Ooh.
There is not more than 10 people though. There's like loads of people
we'll
watching.
see. People are scared. People are scared. I was gonna do it yesterday, but I actually got scared.
You got scared?
I was like, well, partially, but I was just like,
Oh, that's cute.
I have to go do something. But
I have to go do something. Is that the
I
same
have
as
to
being
go do
scared?
something right now.
What's happening?
The fashion show
thing
is
is
starting.
red.
Head to the stage.
okay, so the stage is red, so you can't enter the stage until you get selected, and you get selected with a special buff. It'll also say your name at the top, so that's your cue to go on stage.
Oh, okay.
Don't miss your cue, people.
Okay.
Okay, all right, sorry.
The spirits of the wild, welcome.
There should be a commentator in
get
this, I
chosen.
feel like.
I was gonna say, I really love this, love it, but sometimes it can be a little like difficult to see who's on or like.
Ooh, I got dumped
Jebro?
out.
Oh, it's me. It's me.
Oh my god, you have to go on
Oh,
stage.
shit.
Get
How do
Get
I
on
do
stage.
it?
Get on stage and do an emote. Why are you walking? You have 22 seconds. This is a short time. Let's get it snappy.
There's a dodge and there's a cheer. Look at my tentacles.
You gotta do something. You gotta outfit change, reveal, shablam, do a dip, do a jump split.
Slash, I can't remember any emotes. Slash shiver, because I'm cold.
Why are you wearing the Oreen fragment
I don't know.
accessory?
The immediate. Why are you wearing that?
I
It
didn't
doesn't
think
go with the
about
look,
it.
Jebro. It doesn't go with the look.
I don't know. I was first and I'm brand new to this.
Mama.
Someone should have booed me. It would have been appropriate.
I wish it showed
See, someone
who...
said bad.
And that's why we should not
You're
all
bad.
contribute to this.
I mean, the skin will be thick after these days
Okay, it's
of
fine.
subject.
It's funny
Where
more than
I feel like it's difficult to like see who's on, you know, or like in case you miss it. Be so sad.
I'll just cheer for all of you. Melodian.
Oh, here we go.
Jebro was the first pick, damn. And you can also kind of stand by the stairs just in case. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Is he a virtuoso though? Oh no.
No, is this a
Well,
freebie?
Nice. I'd vote for that. Can I vote back here?
Why don't you vote for me?
Because you had that terrible infusion.
What are you talking about? It's a beautiful infusion. It
And
shows
he's
off the
beautiful
colour
and
of
not on
my
your
eyes.
outfit.
Oh my god. Wow.
Confirmed. Proof would like to take a ride on that particular Silvare there. Good boy.
It was good. He had a great
Wow.
presentation.
Renelli.
Not voting for that person. Who's next? Oh, you got 20 seconds to vote.
Janelle's
Run.
next, but they're not going up.
Renelli. Ooh. Yep,
Timmy
no, no,
the
no.
dude. Come on then.
That's so unfortunate.
Oh,
Well, they missed their call.
they did.
Chop. Disqualified.
Oh, there he is, actually. Yeah, he's yeah.
I'm so scared. Ooh, Link's going. Is this... It's also an outfit. I will say, good color scheme and matching it with Equinox. Oh. However,
Oh,
I
like that.
critique the infusion choice and the amulet legendary choice. But overall, good color scheme for an outfit. I like the color scheme. It's good.
They definitely put some like some boundaries in place so that I think people couldn't like spam the stage and stuff. So like when the fashion show is running, you can't come up here on a mount, and your back pieces and things disappear. So I'm actually kind of glad they did that, because I think people would have just trolled really hard.
That's true. You could have loads of I likes my back piece. I like that he's doing that. Oh, that's cool. He's just showing off his flamethrower.
Someone just said to me, "You suck."
Wait, what? Timmy, you suck. He's saying very.
Yeah. Timmy's making a real jerk
Mess.
of themselves here. Just
Honestly, they
booing
said
everybody.
we're coming in
No,
with
Timmy is the
leveling
one
gear.
being booed.
No, Timmy is the one that has been booing everybody in the
is
whole
he?
last round. Yeah.
Oh, I love the community so much.
Oh
This is
yeah,
great.
it was the bad. And then someone said, "Oh, see, there you go, just getting paid back with the booze." Oh, that's okay.
There's only 4 slots left. We're not gonna get chosen.
You are gonna get chosen. Just
You got this. Get up there.
I will say,
Just
I
go
love
up there and
Sylvari.
pretend to be someone else.
It will kick me out.
Oh, will it? All right, okay.
Yeah, if you're not allowed on stage, you will get teleported away.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, even if you
wow.
get too close and you don't mean to, you
That
get
CC is
teleported.
amazing. Should get.
Oh my god.
T-Warder, is that you?
Yes.
Ooh.
Come on.
That's such a good-looking hammer, and it's super
do
cheap,
love
guys. If
that
you want it
hammer.
off the trading
Oh
post. It's
my
beautiful.
god, Kroof. Oh my god. That
What?
was very good. I'm cheering for you.
Yeah.
And what?
I want part of the price. I want my share. What's the opposite of boo? Yeah.
And I even left off stage. Come
That
on.
was good. But the Mesmer did that as well. You kind of copying them.
Oh, well.
Oh,
You know.
Phonics, those shitballs, that's me.
Go for
We
it!
gotta do it for stuff. We gotta do originality here. Here we go. Fornex is here now. Oh.
Hey.
Oh. Hey.
Come on.
Okay.
love that
The only
outfit.
Thank you.
shoulders.
Do a dance or something.
Yes, yes,
The
there you go.
staff,
shot.
Nevermore.
There you go.
Legendary.
Shiver. Shiver.
I don't have any. Yeah, no, I don't have any of those remotes.
You
But
look like
my outfit
a
is like
golden
on
god.
point. Yeah, my outfit is on point.
No, your
okay.
outfit is on point. I love the
very
way
good.
that you stuck with that Raven theme. You're letting the staff shine, but you've got the kind of like feathered pauldrons, that kind of
Yeah.
dark gothic look.
Oh,
I
did you
like
pour
it.
then, or did you
Yes.
just like?
No, I got ported out.
Oh, okay, it
Not a
looked like you
single,
did.
not a single
Yeah.
piece is from the. It's every single piece is from a different outfit. There's not.
That's
any...
true. I did mimic 2 of the same set, but everything else is unique. But you always gotta have that one statement piece. I think that's like the key to fashion and fashion shows. It's like you have to pick something to highlight, because if everything is highlighted, it's like a second grade paper. Just
True.
Yeah.
highlighting everything. This is nice.
I like
honestly,
this. This is mostly
subtle.
non-cultural
Norton.
stuff. Yeah.
Great
The
weapon
chest
choices.
pieces from the store. They're not the chest piece. They're shoulders. Everything else is non-cultural. Not the helm though. I don't know what the helm is. What's the helm?
Pretty, I like it.
That's cool. What is that? And also, it just
This
gives you
is great
ideas.
content.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
this
I
is
think-
really good.
That is from the store. The hat and the shoulders off. And
Yeah. I don't know what the hat is though.
Oh wow! At the last moment, Warlock won.
Oh, it was
Good
gonna
job
be.
for Warlock.
It was
It
gonna
was
be
solid.
you. He was gonna be you. Otherwise, I think. Chris,
I would
maybe.
love to
Or maybe
see,
Fornex.
like, I don't know how demoralizing that would be for everyone if they actually showed the tally of like where you placed. But Warlock was great. That was great.
All right, let's do one more. Do you want to do one more? Try one more.
Yeah, it cycles every 2 minutes. I'm a spout because like I already did it, so I'm gonna give everyone else some tries. But in these 2 minutes, we have these other judges, these celebrity judges. We have the Duchess, we have
Okay.
Farron, Snargle, Javi, and Flunt.
oh yeah.
Over towards
Ooh.
the right of the stage if you're looking at the stage.
That's really cool. I love these little like low flourishes that they put on. It means so much for us geeky people who notice.
It's great. I love seeing the wide variety of armor skins that people mix and match together to really create a
Absolutely.
unique, flourishing set.
I think For my personal taste, I think if you can put together an armor set with disparate pieces that looks like a complete look, you're winning. That's kind of like my goal. And it's pretty hard, even in a game where you can dye all the pieces, because there'll be subtle differences in the colors, how they take, how they interact. So you have to be kind of super careful.
Especially with dye channels, because if they're all unique, one channel will be like on one layer of the armor, but then the other one won't match, and you really have to just know your dye channels and the armor pieces that you're doing.
Yeah, and the intensity of the color will change. Like, for example, if you're wearing like Sylvari armors, they tend to have a luminosity to them almost regardless of what you're putting on them. And if you're trying to match that with a more mundane piece, you really have to like clamp down, should I say, on the colors on the Sylvari. Yeah. My God, I fashion was too much.
This is great. I would love to see this return as like a monthly thing almost.
Oh, for sure.
I agree.
Maybe add a little bit, maybe like add an announcer, a couple other bits and bobs, but for the most part, this is solid.
I'm loving it. I'm gonna literally live here. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Is future. I wonder, so there's supposed to be like themes that go, but I don't know if I thought Pax said in the chat earlier that there's supposed to be themes that go.
It'd be nice if there were themes.
But I don't know for sure here. So maybe there's not and it's just all random, but
and if they did it like a monthly thing, you could change up the theme every month and just have a month where it is like super sparkly explosion, and then the next month is like studded, club kid, grungy, and just like, and then the next one would be like fisherman, adventure, sporty stuff.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Like you need to
I
have
think it would be fun.
specific pieces of gear, like one piece of gear in there that you must have or something that is available everywhere maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I think that it would it would encourage people to want to have you know, like a wider range, like stay around and like try different things, you know. Oh, there's a new theme that pops up for this one. Okay, what do I have? All right, I've got this long to like put it together or something. I think that could be a lot of fun.
For sure.
I agree. I think they don't really take advantage of how much people love change their characters. Or maybe they are taking an advantage of it in a not too healthy way for the game. Perhaps. Perhaps.
And then if you tie a reward to this, this would be a thriving.
Is there a reward for it? That's the truth.
There's just like a little achievement that you get after doing this 10 times, be it winning, being in the audience. But no gold. Ooh.
Yeah, that's cool.
Solian.
That looks like
Oh, I kind of love this.
It's very chill.
All right, I'm in this one.
Do it. Go.
We believe in you.
What is that noise that you did?
Oh, I got booted out. What? Why?
Because you went in too quick.
Yeah.
I was just trying to...
Oh, you gotta stay in there, and then you'll get called on at random.
Yeah, just jump back in. Did
I miss it already? Also, does it not show back pieces when you're on the stage?
No.
Not
It hides
at
back
all?
No,
pieces.
I know, it's weird. I don't know why.
My back
respect
piece
that.
is so good with this look, though.
Oh, that is true. But it's like 80% of the back
same.
pieces are like wings.
Yeah, they're big. They're big. That's true.
I feel like back pieces though create like almost a backdrop for what you're
I know, I like it
making,
as well.
you know?
Yeah. I think if you were on this stage, it'd be nice if they did reappear.
Yeah, I think they should. I think whoever's on the stage, their back piece should appear. Because if it's a whole look that you've put together, like, that is a fashion slot that we have for a character, so...
True. It can be like a totally vital component.
And literally, Mr. Doody Bro stealing the show.
I gave them a light cheer, just for the commitment.
Sleep. I would like.
that's fair.
There could be different versions of this, though. There could be like with mounts, with glider, and you could have this like gliding thing coming down, and you could have like a proper like long catwalk.
Oh, it's me.
Go, all right, don't. Yeah.
Yes. Pull out some tricks.
looking
Do some
good,
animations.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yay.
celestial avatar, nice. Have some seed.
Not the stealth.
The stealth.
He said, I'm the camera shy. Ooh.
Gosh.
Ooh, I love the choice of the weapons, the umbral. I don't know what they're called, but like that half and half.
It's my sort of celestial avatar cleric
Lovely.
look.
Yes,
Nice,
cookies and
yeah,
cream.
I like
actually
that
kind of
cleric.
like.
Yeah, that cleric kind of.
Well, I got it kind of like from Kroof. I'm thriving this day.
It looks like a Warhammer 40k kind of like cleric back. No,
Yeah, I have,
Warhammer
like-
original.
I want to look at this some more.
I have the a cape, the capelet on that's like the side capelet too, and it looks so pretty with this, but
Oh.
you can't actually see it on the stage, which is unfortunate, but that's okay.
It's a solid look.
I love those shoulders.
good.
Thank you.
The ability to use them in anything is a great plus. They're just beautiful.
And great headpiece option for the gem store.
True.
Wait, this is gonna be. Oh no, it's gonna be buy to win. Oh no.
I mean, well,
Wow.
What,
Damn.
this whole event? I mean, sure.
This is pay
Oh,
to
there's
win.
really from the chat.
Oh my god, there's a Captain Mitrin.
Go on, really. It's your turn. You're supposed to be going on. Geralt.
Oh,
Really?
Temporal in the chat says that they did see different themes earlier today, but when they came back, they stopped showing. So maybe there's just like certain times of day where they run a specific theme for it, and then the rest is like a generic theme kind of thing.
I just realized that I don't have any weapons
Oh my.
skills.
I've got to get better in how I'm gonna do things. I gotta like RP walk it. I gotta figure out what special skills, when I'm gonna time it, if I'm gonna do
Honestly.
other emotes.
I just realized I don't have any skills unlocked
Reveals.
or anything on this character.
What? You haven't been spending your skill points?
No, because this is my level 54 char that I open up PvP boxes on because you get the most money from them. And I realized that I have not got
This
scrapped
Maleficent
up.
is fine, but like it kind of kills it with the Aurene infusion thing. People gotta remember to be very aware of what auras and shimmers they have on with some of their
That's
legendaries.
fair. That's fair.
Or
We should
else-
do a
Oh, that's-
Lightbringers
that's,
podcast. Fashion Wars show.
There's
That's
an
what we should do, really.
amazing character coming up next. Just gonna say it.
It's 3 of the armor pieces are from the same gem store set.
Yeah.
Look,
My critiquing is coming out.
Listen,
Yeah.
What are you talking
I am
about?
not going to discredit people for using this stuff in this game. Let me get up on my high horse for a second here, because I think there's a lot of ways that you can be like, oh, you're not
on.
really into X, Y, or Z.
Look at the hammer. The hammer's
unless
original.
you're doing this stuff. But I mean, let's be real. Can I be real with everybody here?
No.
There are very few, like there's a lot of great just like pieces of armor in the game, but the cash shop does just straight up have a ton of fashion options.
Yeah,
most of
that's
the
true.
special effects
Yeah.
stuff that we have in this game, a lot of the like really interesting things, they come from Black Lion chests, they come from the cash shop. And while there's plenty of things you can obtain in game,
That's it!
Did he just
All the
win?
Beautiful took it.
Oh
But like while
It's
there-
rigged. It's fixed. Sorry, carry on.
It's okay. While there are a lot of items that you can get in game and you can upgrade and you can get cool effects on, I think really this kind of event in game should be a celebration of the full range of whatever kind of looks you can put together, whatever you have accessible to you. Whether or not you've been able to grind out legendaries, whether or not you got stuff in the cash shop, whether or not you got stuff from a Black Lion, like to me I always find it kind of uncomfortable, to be honest, when like people judge a lot, like people using the things that are available to them in game, or things that might be like really cool or like really neat, or that have just like great effects, that just, to be completely blunt and to be completely real, that we just don't get as much of as frequently in our actual in-game open world content. Like we don't get dungeons every patch that have entire new gear sets, and while different maps and metas do have really cool pieces that you can get, and doing things like the strike missions now, you can get additional stuff and you can upgrade. Again, it's much more limited than the much more active other facets, which are the gem store in this game. And you can still play the game and earn in-game gold to convert to currency for that shop. So I still consider it an extension of your Fashion Wars acquisition process, but I have heard this sentiment so many times in the community, and I'm sorry, everybody. I feel like I'm just particularly, it sets me off because like there's no, I mean, it's all silly and good fun, but like if I buy something and I'm like, that's pretty, I'm gonna put it on my character.
Yeah, of course. Of course you have the
You
right
know?
to do that. Yeah, of course you do. Everyone does.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. There's no reason to
It's
not.
all fun and games until somebody loses a testicle.
I think
That's
we're
all. That's the truth of the matter.
we're mostly poking fun, and we're just being sarcastic and silly. But like
know.
honestly, like everyone, just do what you want to do. Like if you don't know that by now about this podcast and what we all think, like you be how you want to be in the world, and honestly, fuck what other people think. Like, I really fuck
it
that.
would be
This event
Wars that would
fun.
cause a
Do what you
rift
want.
in the Lightbringers. I mean, oh my god. Oh
This
my
event
god.
holds
other
no
than the outfit
monetary
thing, yeah.
rewards. This is very like
I think
low
Rook just
stakes
took it
content.
personally because of the outfit thing. So you know.
No,
I'm just fucking with you. I'm joking.
No, I know,
I'm joking.
and I honestly, I don't want any of you to think that like, oh gosh, Rook is mad at me now, because it's like, it's really not anything like that. It's just that like, I think, okay, just to be completely truthful with everybody, right? One of the things that I know in my life, like this is such, maybe this is heavier than it needs to be, but I think that in online spaces, it is so important, right? Especially in MMOs where our characters are an extension of something we want to express. There will always be people that are silly and are just like doing something that's ridiculous or memeing or whatever, right? But then there are a lot of people who really do form a deep connection with the way that they are able to present as their character in the game and the fun looks they put together. And I know that some of the most hurtful times in my life have been when, like, in real life, I was really passionate and really excited about something, and then somebody was just like, you look like an idiot, or like, you sound like an idiot, or it's so stupid that you're so invested in this, or... And so I think like why it sets me off so much is that like if anybody gets up on the stage, I don't care what they have on their body. I'm gonna be looking at like, how does your whole character come together? What dyes have you used? What special effects? Are you selling it with a performance? Is it understated? Is it over the top? And I just would encourage everybody to do stuff like, to take that attitude more than like seeking out the ways to exclude others from participating in something based off of a whole bunch of parameters, because like you don't know if somebody was really nervous and they've tried for 3 days to get on that stage, but they were psyched out about it, and then they get up there and everybody in chat types boo again. That sucks. Like it really sucks.
It does.
It probably hurts your feelings. Even if it doesn't, it hurts your feelings on my feelings on your behalf. It just like, I don't know. Sorry, I'm really worked up about it, but I just would encourage everybody, set a better tone. Like, be encouraging, because if not, they'll never bring these events back. If they see that they're being used for harassment and like people submit reports, they won't do stuff like this. So like, sorry, this is a long ramble. And again, it's not meant to like shame anybody just for fun, but like, it's a personal thing for me where I think it deeply gets under my skin, because I remember those times that I was excited about anything and then people just like shit all over it. Poop all over it is what I was gonna say, but then I was just like, I'm going all out on this. So like, I encourage people to just, I don't know, look more so to be encouraging as a default rather than discouraging, because if I hadn't had people in my life that were encouraging, even if it seemed silly, you know, I probably would have disconnected from most of the things that I was excited about, including games. Like, so sorry, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get like worked up about it, but it just, I see it so much callous disregard in MMO spaces when sometimes a single kind word literally makes somebody's week. So like, if they're having a terrible day and they get booed off the stage, like that can be that one last thing that just really makes you feel bad about yourself. So like, in general, I would just say, whatever people bring on the stage, celebrate it. You don't have to cheer for it, but like, they put something together and they got up there, even if it's a meme. I don't know, sorry.
Are you okay there?
Hun,
It's okay.
I need you to come to me in game right now. I am surrounded by like a million puppies, so you could come down and hug them all with me. I think this is some sort of weird event, and there's a giant puppy in the middle.
What?
What, they got
like
the cat
a
thing
little
going
hot
again?
box. No, come see the puppy. I'm not shitting you. Come see the puppies, guys.
I'm coming, I'm on the way, I'm on the way.
And this puppy
Stand.
is horse-sized puppy.
Oh, and thank you, chat. I see some of our fam in chat that are like, I get upset about things like that too. I feel very silly and embarrassed even talking about it because I think I feel residual shame for those times that I have been embarrassed in those situations. But like, yeah, really seriously, it is something that matters to me, and I think to other
That's
people.
okay. That's fair enough.
No.
That's okay.
It's fine. Wait until you get to my side of life, and you're so dead inside from all the negativity that there are no more fucks to be given. It's amazing.
Yeah, you do.
I like it. It's
That
you
does
just
happen as you get older.
it just
That's
like
so true.
bounces off your sarcasm.
Oh,
That's
this-
what happens.
They did bring this back.
Puppies.
What?
Puppies! I love
didn't
the
even know
ancient
this was still
canines.
here.
Oh, they're so cute. I love them. I do feel soothed now. I feel very good.
Good. Yeah, I will apologize for my boo remark earlier. That's not why. It was more of a fun, jokey thing, like a role play fun thing. I do apologize for that. That is not what I'm about. Hopefully people do realize that in this place. I'm pretty sure you do. Like, I champion people on a daily basis. Like, it's just me being silly.
I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to pardon you for all your sins of booiness this evening.
Oh, well.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes,
Thank
you are
very much.
totally
We've all
pardoned.
grown
Thank you
as
very much.
people.
Don't do that. It's bad. Bad behavior.
And I'm going to go away and make a trigger, an emote that says triggered, just in case this happens again, and we can all just like group hug her.
So sorry.
That's
It
fair.
really is. It is like it's a personal thing that sets me off. So like,
You're talking to someone with PTSD. I know of what you speak, okay?
but I mean, like, no, and again, it wasn't anything to shame anybody in the podcast because, again, I know all of you. You are kind-hearted, fun, wonderful people. You are uplifting and empowering, and all of you on this podcast have uplifted me, have made me feel better on bad days, have been encouraging people who've gone above and beyond for me. So, again, it's not anything there. It's just something for everyone that listens to the podcast to keep in mind, because I think so much we all love to do it, you know, we all love to sass and side-eye and spill the tea. We love it, but like, I find a lot of times in MMOs in particular, people wear their hearts on their sleeve more than you would ever expect, and even like small things can sometimes have bigger effects. And that's not to say that you can't be yourself, and you know that people shouldn't also learn how to take care of themselves and their own, you know, emotional states within social world games. But yeah, it just like when we got up there on the platform and I saw not even you, Jebro, because like you were just commenting, but like I saw other people just like repeatedly booing every person that stepped up on the stage and stuff. And like that particular thing, I'm like, just say like 2 nice words.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
I think there's a fine line between bullying and banter, as we would say.
Yeah, it's the banter.
Like,
Yeah, the banter side.
teasing. And I think that when you're in a friend group and you're all friends and you're all taking the mic out of each other, that's 99% of the time that's fine. But I am super careful. I don't really prod the strangers in the community. If you don't know some, you don't know
that's
what they're going through. That's the
so
only
true.
thing that I would say.
That's true.
On like a serious point. Take the piss out of your friends as much as you like. I'm sure that they're fine with
that's
that.
true.
Yeah.
It's the think we're going to end on that. I've actually got to go to the opticians and get some frames sorted out. But not that you needed to know that. Well, I'm going to older Jebro progressives, but they're not working for me, unfortunately.
Oh.
I know, it's not fun. I'm pretty much blind in one eye, so it's a fun, always a one time. I'm like, yeah, I'm blind in one eye. But it's okay. It's fine. Sorry, the music's got me over here in Lion's Arch where the dogs are. I'm just like standing here. Please, like, I'm just gonna sit. We're gonna sit here and just chill for the rest of the stream. I want to thank all of our awesome wicked guests. What?
This is the April Fool's thing.
Yeah,
This is
from
the
last
April Fool's
year.
thing, yeah.
You didn't see this, Kroof?
No, I was doing the fashion show.
No, but from last year.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
missed
from last year.
I missed it. Also, I've like, did any of you collect cats in your home instance?
I've got a bunch of them, but not all of them yet.
I don't think I've got any.
Okay, mine have left the instance. They're gone. I still haven't got them back. They've just left. Yeah, I've got no cats in my instance. They've all pissed off. I have no idea what did I do? What did I say to them? I've
This
literally
probably is not something like we can fix right now.
No, but please, Jebro, because I really want to play with them this weekend. So you know, glasses be down.
we
No, it's
fix
fine.
them?
It's fine. Please
Glasses
fix
be
it.
damned. I can't fix
Please,
that in like an
please.
hour.
Please. Fine.
I'm
it's
not
fine.
a dev. I'm not a dev.
Okay.
Do you
fine.
understand when I was like an official shoutcaster? Do you know how many people messaged me about the game to fix things? Like, Jebro, can you tell everyone to fix this? Jebro, can you fix that in PvP? I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I just lie to people. I just be like, if you tried
Totally,
it,
yeah.
yeah. If you check, it's fixed. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I used to get that so much.
Sad face now. Oh no.
Oh no, don't make that sad face.
Why you do-
If everyone wants to see the sad face in a zoomed up.
Oh, somebody
No.
says there's an item. There's a cat dispersal device that you can activate. Had it accidentally
what?
get rid of them, you used it again and brought them back, says Coffee Black in chat. So
Oh my! I am going to my home instance now. That this is.
thank you, chat, for saving us.
Have I sprayed my kitties with water? Oh my god.
Maybe you did.
How dare.
Oh my god. Somebody call Peter.
Peter or Peter?
Is it? I don't know. I'm
Peter?
British. It's an American thing. I'm
It's
doing my
Peter.
best here.
Oh, yeah, true.
Okay. Yes. No, they're still not. Okay, they're not here.
Oh wow, you're still going?
Toggle.
Okay.
Fine, carry on. Just, I'm gonna fix this. It's fine.
Proof.
You do your.
We
Look,
go.
we're only on your
No.
stream. You do your stream. Go on, fine.
I gotta go. They're
Fornex
gonna
doesn't want it
close.
to end. Fornex is like, I want the podcast to last forever. Screw Jebro's eyesight.
Doesn't need to see.
Kidding, carry on. I'm
Proof,
sorry.
tell us what you do, where you do it.
Hi, I'm Kroof. I do videos about Guild Wars 2 over on my YouTube, and I also stream here on Twitch, usually during the weekends. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. Did you say your Twitch channel? Everything in the description below. You'll be able to see their description, their channel description.
Just Google Kroof, and it'll
Just
pop
Google
up.
Kroof GW2. Kroof. Rook. Sorry, Rook. That's what you do. I do it.
Hi, hello. When I'm not getting way too worked up over fashion, you can find me on Twitch at Rookery, ROOKURI. You can find me on YouTube at Rookery, and you can find me on Twitter at Rookery_. I think y'all look beautiful. I think whatever you have on your body, whether it's a loincloth, a giant bubblegum outfit, like one of our community members, or the slickest, coolest look you've ever had, you are thriving, you are beautiful. It doesn't matter if you got an eye for fashion or not. I believe in you. You can do this. And if you need any tips, go to Fornax's channel on YouTube.
True.
That's all I got. So.
That's true, actually. That's very true. Fornex, tell us the things about you if you're okay.
Yeah, no, fine. I'm still looking for my cats. I mean, what is happening with my life? Also, tassels everywhere, especially on the naughty bits. That's the fashion was advice for this week. Come back next week for more. I'm Phonex. I make Guild Wars 2 content occasionally. And I stream on Twitch with Rookery occasionally if she'll have me back. And that's that.
Please,
me.
yes.
Yeah. The Crichton Herald everywhere. That's me. Thank you. Sorry, Jebro. I didn't mean to blow at the end of the podcast. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I
good.
don't know what
Tasseled
you're
everywhere. But like we said earlier, we did do a stream together. So if you want to see us learn about lore, if you want to see us nerd about lore, even, go check out that broadcast we did. And you did amazing, Fornax. You were great. You're natural.
You're very sweet.
Excellent.
I'm still looking for my cats. Yeah, this is my
Okay.
cats.
Twitch.tv/JebroUni, mostly weekly. I'll let you know if that's not going to be on. This is where they can watch the podcast live. If you want to come and join us for that, that would be awesome. Make sure you check out all of our friends on the podcast below. Treat each other well, do good things for people, and also have an awesome rest of your day. Don't forget to check out the podcast on anchor.fm/JebroUni as well. And join us in the future for more Lightbringers podcasts. Lovely music outro from the area of dogs and all the things that you should be petting during the April period. We'll see you next time on the podcast, next Friday. Bye-bye, and have an awesome rest of your day.